Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped. Something.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
Because then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
It's funny. I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things. Of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
So maybe the first question from me then is, where would you like to start today?
Okay. I have recently been working with a part that feels, and it may be many parts, I don't know, but there's lots of ineptitude. This is something I really struggle with is not feeling good enough. And I know I grew up in my family of origin, that was a big thing for me. I had have two older brothers. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I just felt like I couldn't measure up at all. And I think I've been trying to hide that from my kids. Well, I've been trying to hide it from a lot of people, but my kids for sure. And recently, I've had a flooding situation in my home. And so I've had to ask my kids for help. And one night, my son made the comment that I wasn't keeping up with my house, looking after it well enough or whatever. Because I have a crack in my foundation, water was pouring in. So we've been dealing with that. And that just really hit me hard. And it was my family of origin knows I'm not smart. Now my kids know. And I was devastated because I was trying to hide that, I guess, from them. And I just, that was really hard for me to cope with. And at the time when my son made that comment, I just turned around and walked away. Well, yeah, because I didn't want him to see me cry. And my daughter was there, and she called after me, and I just kept walking. I went upstairs, and yeah, it took me a couple hours before I could recover and go back down and see them. Yeah. My son apologized, but it's still really lingering, that hurt. Hurt and that feeling of exposure.
So you've said a few different things here. So there is that inaptitude, and you've been trying to hide that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about family of origin, your brothers, and you could never keep up. But then also with the flooding and the crack and the water pouring in, and your son's comment, it's like, oh no, now they know too.
Yeah.
And that's still lingering.
Mm-hmm.
The pain and the exposure, being exposed.
Yeah.
And with all that, is there anything that draws you in particular about that?
Well, it's like, how do I heal that pain that it all to me triggers not being good enough, you know. I just haven't figured out how to heal that, so I do feel good enough. Yeah.
So it all triggers the not being good enough.
Mm-hmm.
It all triggers the not being good enough.
Yeah, that's the part that gets triggered a lot.
And would it be okay if we call that not being good enough a part?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And is there anything else about that not being good enough part?
There's a lot of layers to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that way in pretty much everything I do.
Mm. So that not being good enough has a lot of layers. And you feel like that pretty much everywhere. And it might be that that's one part. It might be that that's multiple parts, as you've said in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And when you feel not good enough, what kind of feeling is that?
I'm like it definitely feels there's a lot of sadness connected to it.
Yeah. So a lot of sadness.
Yeah.
And is it okay that that sadness is here for a moment too?
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gets triggered really easy.
Yeah. And also with the sadness, is there anything this part would like to say, or this part would like us to know right now?
It doesn't want to be so sad.
And it doesn't want to be so sad. And in you right now, does this feel a bit more like exile or protector energy that we're with here?
I think it's an exiled part.
Yeah. And can you just take a moment to maybe ask the rest of your system if it's okay for us to be with this part for a moment?
Seems like it is. Yeah.
And if there's anything else or any part that wants to come up or has anything to say, it's very welcome to do so.
Okay.
So there's that sad part, not good enough, and it doesn't want to be so sad.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you feel towards that part right now?
I have, like, I understand. I feel like I've gotten to know it quite well. I understand how it gets triggered so easily. I don't know what it needs to feel good enough.
So you understand, but you don't know what it needs.
Right.
Yeah. And when you understand, is there anything else about how you feel towards the part?
Yes, I am curious what it needs. Feel better about itself.
Yeah. And can you just share that that energy of being curious about what it needs with the part? Maybe it responds, maybe it doesn't, but just sharing that energy with it. And what happens then when you share that?
It's kind of calming down.
So it's calming down. And is it aware of you right now?
So it seems like if I'm not blended with it, I have a harder time connecting with it. Like this calmness, I'm not sure if it's just because now it's not there, or if or if that part is actually calm.
Ah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. So it is calmer, but you don't know if the part has calmed or if it's not there as much anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And can you just take a moment to check, is the part still there?
Yeah, I think therein lies the problem. Unless I'm blended to a degree with it, I can't connect with it.
Unless you're blended, you can't connect with it. And so does that mean, is it still there somewhere? Like, are you still aware of it somewhere? Even if the connection is not so...
Only intellectually, maybe. Like, yeah.
Okay. So when you were just blended with it, did you have anything like an image or a specific quality that was connected to that part?
So when I'm blended with it, tears flow and I feel sadness. And I don't have an image, it's mostly sensation.
So tears flow and you feel sadness. Mm-hmm. And where is sadness?
Yeah, right in my heart.
Right in your heart.
Yeah.
So for a moment, are you open to maybe doing a small experiment?
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to invite you to maybe, it seems like you have your hand on your heart. If you can kind of intentionally invite the part to connect with you through your hand. Where you can maybe reach out to it with your hand and invite it to connect with you.
Getting like a more of an image. I think this part is doing what it did, as when I was young, like just hiding.
So when you were young, that's what you did, and what this part did was hiding. And where is it hiding right now?
behind, I think, my mom's legs.
It's hiding behind your mom's legs. And what do you feel towards it when it's hiding behind your mom's legs?
I'm curious what it's scared of.
So can you maybe ask it, what is it scared of?
Doesn't really know.
Doesn't really know.
Like scared of being seen.
What could happen if it was seen?
No.
And this might be a slightly strange question, but can you maybe take a moment to look around in where it is and see, is there anything that it could be scared of?
Like a bunch of adults.
There's a bunch of adults. Can you ask it if there's anything that it is scared about that could happen with those adults?
Yeah, no, it's just like it's just a scary situation. Um,
And do you maybe have any idea or an impulse of what could help the part to feel a bit safer or a bit less scared?
and maybe if my mom would pick me up
Hmm.
and hold me.
Hmm. And can she pick you up and hold you?
I hope she seems to be very unaware of me.
So the part would like your mom to pick her up, but she's very unaware. And is there something that you as the adult or the self can do to make her aware?
I guess I could go tell her to be aware.
Can you tell her to be aware?
And she can't handle more than she doesn't seem to be able to take it in.
Hmm. So your mother is not able to take it in and then pick her up. How would it be for the part if you picked her up? Hmm.
She won't come to me.
Hmm. Okay, so is she still behind your mother's legs?
It's like
Mhm.
she doesn't trust me.
Yeah. Can you ask her if she knows who you are?
She doesn't.
And can you maybe tell and show her who you are? And maybe also how old you are.
Yeah, I find that.
Hmm. And what happens then when you tell her?
She's just still really hiding behind
Hmm.
her mom's legs.
Yeah. And how is it for her to be with you, to know that you are there?
Doesn't seem to matter.
Hmm. So what would matter for her is that her mother picks her up.
Yeah, there seems to be like growing distance.
Hmm.
Um,
So it seems that for her, it's really important that it's your mother. Is that right? So can you see if there is maybe another version of your mother that could fulfill that role, that could pick her up and be there for her? Hmm.
Yeah.
And what happens then? Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
She's in her arms and being consoled.
Hmm. She's in her arms and she's being consoled. And how is that for her when that's happening?
She's feeling um, I don't know. It's a strange sensation. That feels good.
Hmm.
It's like she can just be.
Hmm. She can just be. Is there anything else about she can just be?
Yeah, she's feeling safer.
Hmm.
And less alone.
Hmm. She's feeling safer and less alone. And is there anything else she needs or wants?
Like this, like this can happen again.
Hmm. She wants that this can happen again. Hmm.
Feel like protected.
And to feel protected and for this to happen again, would she like to be taken to a different situation, away from all these adults and this overwhelmed version of her mother with the other version of her mother? Would she like that?
Yeah.
And do you or does she have a place where she could go or where she wants to go?
Yeah, she's like wanting to go into like a quiet room.
Hmm. She's running to go into a quiet room.
It's like the living room.
Hmm. And is the other version of your mother coming with her?
She's
other
carrying her.
Ah, she's carrying. Yeah. And when they are there, is there anything else they need?
Like it, he just needs her mom to sit down and hold her.
Hmm. Can she do that? Can her mom do that?
Yeah.
Hmm. And when they sit down, what happens then?
She just sitting in being held and being allowed to cry, being comforted.
Hmm. Being held, being comforted. Hmm. Just so you know, we have about 5 minutes left, just for your orientation. Yeah. Hmm. Is there anything else she needs this time before we come to a first end here?
She needs more of this and to be able to trust that it's gonna happen again.
She needs more of this and to be able to trust that this can happen again. And can you, as the adult, make sure that this can happen again? Yeah.
Promising that it will.
And can you visit them there again? And in the meantime, will the mother stay with her? And is there anything they need before we slowly find an end to this today?
You're thanking me.
Hmm. They're thanking you. And what do you feel towards them right now?
Lots of compassion.
Hmm. Can you also share that with them?
I'm just really appreciating that mother heart showing up.
Hmm. Can you also tell her that? And then, and really taking all the time you need right now. Let us slowly find an end to this.
I'm just gonna leave them in the living room.
Yeah.
Oh, I was never aware of that part before.
Hmm. Yeah. And do you still need anything before we also come to an official close of this session slash recording?
I don't know. And yeah, I'm not sure. I guess like anything that you want to contribute.
What I want to contribute is actually I want to say thank you to you and to your parts for trusting me on undertaking this journey together. I know that's not a given, and I want to say thank you from my side for that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Lucas.
Yeah. Thank you, Linda. And then let me quickly write one quick message, and then we can maybe have just 2 minutes to find a closure here. So I will tell the client that I will be 3 minutes late. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I really mean that. Thank you for the trust. It's quite touching for me to see that it seems like a very like a part in need that we met today.
Been really aware of that 4-year-old part. Just not aware of that mother part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for me, it was quite fascinating because we had quite a time where it was really figuring out like what does this part need and what's a fit, like trying out the mother, trying out self, but then really this like, is there another version of the mother that really seemed to fit, and that was quite beautiful to see.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the version. It's the version of the mom I tried to be for my kids.
It's the version of mother that's in you, huh?
Pardon me?
It's the version of mom that's in you that you can give to your own parts.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you very much. I'm gonna have to run now because I have the next client coming up.
Thank you, Lucas.
Thank you, Linda. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. You still have a lot of it ahead of you.
Yeah, I do. Me too. Take care.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows, that might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube. And they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.